What it do? What it do? What it do? How y'all doing?
What up?
Really, Adrian?
You know I be rushing, man. I be rushing.
Listen, how y'all?
Hey, how y'all doing in the background? Whoever that was.
That was you, Drena?
Talking? Probably my mama.
Oh. Hey, mama. How you doing?
Welcome,
Ooh,
welcome. We are the Breaking Barriers podcast. How y'all doing this week? It's Tuesday.
Man, it's Tuesday. See,
good.
them Tuesdays be coming, man. They be coming back to back, back.
Drena, how was the Beyonce concert?
It was amazing.
Really, girl? Spill the tea.
Shut up.
Listen, I probably got the craziest Beyonce story ever. I got in on the floor. I went to New Orleans without a ticket. I got in on the floor and I paid $0.
Wow.
I'm a pretty likable person.
Drena, let me find out you out here doing something strange for a little piece of change.
The only thing strange I did was I was like, you know what? I'm getting in here. And I got in there.
Wow.
I'll tell y'all the story afterwards. It was pretty crazy.
Clearly.
Well, for those of you who do not know who we are the Breaking Barriers podcast. Me, myself, and my amazing co-host. I will introduce them so we can get this show on the road. I have Mr. Adrian Taylor, aka
Mr. GC, you feel me?
aka
Mr. Tide. I don't know. That's what I'm going with today. Mr. Tide.
Then we have old sneaking ass in the damn popular Drena, aka
Drena.
aka
Drena finds out.
yeah. Oh, she found out how to get in that damn concert. Hey, Denise.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have our host who just had a birthday, Miss Dee Dee, Miss AKA,
The core queen.
AKA.
I don't even know if I'm fully recovered yet. I'm on the turn up
That
was
means you had a
safe.
good time.
That's an understatement. Okay. Of a lifetime.
Mm.
Oh my God. It was so real. I had so much fun. So much fun. I haven't had that much fun in a very long time. Very long time. But we got some stuff to talk about. Oh my goodness. These folks done cut up this week in these trending topics. But we're going to start off with our NFL recap. Did y'all watch some games this weekend?
My grandfather watched the Saints game and then he got up and left. He was so upset. But no, I didn't watch no other football.
Yeah, the Saints. Oh, I don't know what to tell you about the Saints. Yeah, they between the Saints. Who else? The Patriots. I don't know what the hell they doing. They hot garbage. They done benched they daggone quarterback in the third
I saw the
quarter.
Broncos won. I saw the Broncos finally got a
He
win.
did. That's right, Kevin. Fly Eagles, fly. Y'all know my Eagles just doing what they do. We 4-0. We lead in, the NFC East. We the only two teams in NFL undefeated. But of course, them Cowboys fans still talking shit.
I mean, the Cowboys, that's what they're going to do now. They're going to do that until you put them out. Then it's next year.
Every year is they year.
Yeah. Until it ain't.
America's team.
Yeah. Boo.
Every year is their year till it ain't.
Right. So we Adrian wanted to talk about what old Jill Scott had to say this week. I don't know how true this is. I don't know if y'all experienced this, but Jill Scott said that it only takes 6 months to know if you want to be serious with someone or not. Do y'all believe that?
Mm.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
I think it depends on your age.
I don't think it takes 6 months. I think it takes about 4 months. That's just me though.
I think it depends on your age. Because I don't think a 21-year-old would be that insightful to know within 6 months if they are going to spend the rest of their life with somebody. But I think for sure a 31, 41, like I think they can probably sift through that and understand that, yeah, I'm going to take this one serious.
I think I would say at 21, I knew if I wanted to take somebody serious or not. Now, I can't say marriage at 21, but at 21, I definitely knew if it's like, okay, I want to see what it's going in 6 months. Yeah.
I don't know too many 21-year-olds who are even taking themselves serious, let alone
another
human being.
And the reason why I say that, because if I saw something in you, I would just be like, if I wasn't on that type of time, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna let you make it, because I ain't on the type of time you on. And
yeah, I don't think it takes 6 months. I think 6 months is a long time.
I think that at 21, like if you going like that, young like that, it's girls that be like, girl, you won't believe what he did this weekend. Like, and they'll be like, he bought drinks for me and my friends. Like, this is the one. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take him.
Take out here?
I'm at that age, like it is like you fall quick. His mama sent me a friend request on Facebook.
Especially if you're talking about girls who don't have a father figure. Anything a guy does is impressive to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't.
They be done thought about, we're gonna get, like, it goes 0 to 100 real quick. Like, oh, we finna get married. This is what we gonna name our kids. Like, just it is crazy for girls, for women.
Really?
I feel like that's why so many women hang, like when they start dating somebody in like teenage years, they hold on to them for so long because they're like, this has got to be the one for me. Because they really want that to happen. They really want that to be the case.
Because I think Jill Scott said something like, she's easy to just cut them off. She know, like, nah, I'm cutting them off. Like, she don't even let it linger. She don't let it go further. She just cuts people off. I don't know a lot of women that do that. Hey, Daniel.
Hey, Daniel.
Yeah, I don't know a lot of women that do that.
Hell,
Adrian, you had a friend. Remember the girl you used to tell us about that was with the dude for like 10 years and like.
Yeah. Did I ever finish that story?
I don't know. No, you didn't.
Oh, well, she ended up having a baby by him. They're not together.
Child. Okay, well, now we're about to get into a sticky situation, a topic that makes me want to throw up. So if you're not familiar with Shannon Sharpe, he has Club Shay Shay, his podcast, and he had Brittany Renner, who is I guess she's like an influencer. She used to be married to a basketball player named PJ Washington, had a baby with him. She divorced him. She's known for like being this like overly promiscuous person. I don't know. She's in the industry. And told Shannon Sharpe that she has slept with 35 guys. She's 31 years old. And she says she slept with 35 guys. I think she's lying. I think it's way more. Because she said in the same interview that she once slept with 3 men in the same day. So there's just, the math ain't mathing in my head. What y'all think? Do you think she didn't feel like, a lot of people in the comments were saying that's not a lie? I'm like,
right. So the average person, based on statistics, have slept with 4 to 8 people. 4 to 8 people. That's typically how many people the average person is going to sleep with in their lifetime. So when you start saying 35, 40, 100, like those aren't average people. Those are slurs. I need people to understand that. I'm just saying.
And if you calculate that, let's just say she started having sex at 15. That's 2 people a year, more than 2 people a year to the age 31. We ain't
That's
even gonna
cap.
calculate. We ain't even gonna calculate that you was married for some of them years.
She was married?
Yeah, the PJ Washington. That's the dude she got the baby with. Basketball
I
player.
didn't know they got married. I thought she just had a baby with him.
No, they was married.
Oh. Okay.
When I watched it, I agree with Danica. I was like, why do we gotta know everything about everybody?
No shame.
Why?
No shame. Because the reason why is because the comments, they thought that what she said was normal. I'm like, what?
She from the coast.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll say this like about Brittany and it especially for the young guys, this is a shine a light. Like she is very feminine, very like knows how to use her female energy. And you can see even when you see her in interviews, except for the ones that she's super drunk, right? Like she's extremely flirty, like smiley, like ha ha ha, and at your jokes, Kiki. Like she had Shannon in there blushing, even though she talking way. You watching the interview, like she had Shannon in there blushing still, even though she basically said, "Yeah, I done all this." But Shannon, you could tell he was still questioning, like, I might need to
know how to use her female prowess.
There you go. She knows how to use it. She
all prostitutes do.
Right.
They're great at it.
So you're like, you can see how you can see how they are, you know. You're gonna say, hey,
Adriel.
You gonna say hey?
Hi. You're not gonna say hi to us? Hi, little Adrian. Oh,
hi.
Hi.
There you go. Yeah, she definitely uses it very, very well. Mm-hmm. And she knows what she's doing. So you kind of see like how dudes fall for it. I mean, but
they fall for it because they want to sleep with her. That's all. That's most guys.
Right. Exactly what it is.
Because who was it? It was I think was it Rick Fox who said he tagged Shannon Sharp and was like, can you find out how we can be number 36 to 50?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
I didn't see that. No.
And that's what you open yourself up to, though. Like those are the types of people that you're going to attract because you keep talking about them, even though in one breath you mad because everybody's looking at you a certain way, but you are that way. That's who you are.
Right.
Oh, child, Lord, you're 31 now. When you get 41, it's going. Oh, child. I hope she,
go on and settle down, find somebody. Cause once she lose them looks, it's gonna be. Oh, I ain't gonna say lose them, but she gets a little older.
She said, "Don't be mad because she got that because her taste is impressive." Adrian, wait, you said you made a post. You said, ladies, don't be fooled. Men do care about your body count. They're judging you.
Yes.
Count, so.
Yeah. Definitely. So that's what I'm saying. So Shannon, because all that giggling he doing, he might, sleep with her, but he wouldn't be with her.
See, look, Daniel said, when I was in Vegas, a woman came up and talked to me and I could feel the desire coming from her. She asked me if I wanted to party and I said I didn't pay for sex. The vibe instantly vanished. She was doing the same thing. Yeah. You know how to put that prowess out there to get what they want. Your wife will tell your children to come up.
Go upstairs. Yeah, I'll go upstairs.
Well, dang, that was easy. Jeez, see how dads just got the.
Right.
It's just that easy.
Jeez. Well, we gonna hopefully Brittany, because she said with 3 men in one day, and all she got was a yeast infection.
3 dudes in one day. I hope.
That's so fucking nasty.
Maybe it was a train. I mean, that'll make it better, but like 3 separate times, that's crazy.
That is really nasty. And to say it out loud, no shame.
In front of everybody.
And you got a child, man. Listen, Lord. Anyway, all right, we're gonna go into our icebreaker topics real fast. So Adrian wants to know: in your next life, would you like your dad to be your dad again?
For me, yes.
That's a tough one.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, because I don't regret anything. So even if it was the same way, I think I would still say yeah, because I like everything about me that I got from my dad, even though he may not have been there. I don't think I would change it.
Nah. You let him make it.
It was some awesome DNA. I'll take it.
That's it. The DNA.
Yep.
Huh.
I mean, and then we reconciled everything. So I mean, I was good. I don't know. I think I'm good with it. Yeah, I'm cool with it.
I'm good.
And I guess that's all. That's all you know. I mean, I don't know what else I would expect because that's all I knew.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that. That's a good way of looking at it. I
think
appreciate
you. All right. I'm cool. It all turned out how it was supposed to.
But you would in your next life, you would be like, all right, Pops, come on again.
Yep.
I'd be the same way. Raise me like you raised me.
Look at my daughter. Now I don't blame her. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, like.
I'm sorry. My daughter, like, hell no, she don't want the same dad.
No. Why not?
Ugh.
I had to apologize to my daughter this week, my youngest daughter. They have the same dad, but by the time I had her, I had already left the relationship. And she asked me, is he really my dad? And I was like, yeah. Like, why? She was like, but would you tell me? I was like, yeah, I would tell you. Why do you think that is not? She was like, I just don't think he is. And I was like, well, I'm sorry. But he is.
Dang.
That's crazy.
Wow.
I mean, it's not. I had that same thought process too. I was like, that can't be. We ain't got the same dad. Ain't no way. My daddy got to be different. This can't be my daddy. Somebody y'all lying to me. I'm adopted or something. That's how I felt. So,
but she asked me, for her, like, she doesn't really. She's a person of very few words. So for her to ask me that, like, she was probably sitting with that for a long time. And I hate that for her, but yeah, I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Did her dirt.
I did.
All right, y'all. What if you could plan any date? What would be your dream date? Come on, folks, in the comments. What's your dream date? If you could do anything that you wanted. I like doing like competitive things. So like it could be bowling or pool or something like that. Like I like to do things where we can go and be active or do something fun. And this dude here, that goddamn Daniel. Yeah, I want to go out and do active things.
Right now, I ain't gonna say it's a dream date, but I guess I wanna do it though. I want some of them Usher tickets and go to the Usher concert.
That,
You
yeah,
feel me?
yeah,
You know, we can go and sing all Usher songs because we know them all. You feel me? Like
yes.
we know them, every single one of them. But I looked at them tickets though.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you
Yep.
want to be all the way at the top,
Mm-hmm.
you finna spend at least 15.
Yep.
Okay, so let me add this part in because I think I'm gonna try it for Usher tickets. So I didn't go. I didn't go to New Orleans with a ticket for Beyonce. I went to the box office. One friend got to the box office before me. She got a seat for $179, and the tickets on the floor that I got for somebody else because they were willing to spend it. Those tickets were $400 and they were right by the stage. But like on Ticketmaster, those same tickets were like $1,500. So I think that if you get to the box office, like if they're not sold out early enough, like you can try it. But
I'm
I'm
not
willing
going
to
to
try it.
Vegas.
I'm willing to try it.
So basically, you saying because of the resale ticket price, that's what's really killing you. But if you
Yeah,
actually get them at the box office, if it ain't sold out, you'll be able to get it for a lot cheaper.
yeah. They paid it was with taxes like 418, and they were on the floor like section F. Like they were right behind Club Renaissance.
Wow, that's crazy.
But again, that's taking a chance.
Yeah, that's too much of a chance for me to be all the way in Vegas with no tickets. Sorry.
But see,
Yeah.
I guess that was like I made the whole thing out of an adventure. So I guess like that was just I enjoyed it. But I think a perfect date for me, a dream date, first of all, with the dream person. Let's start with that. And then if it's the right person, like I could do anything. Like I like to people watch. I like to go for rides, like just long rides, just simple stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Right. I
Okay.
don't because when you say dream date, it's kind of hard because Drena did make a great point. Like you can do your dream task, but if ain't with the right person, it
Well, I
ain't.
ain't going out with a person I don't like no way.
Yeah.
No, that's not what I mean. I'm just saying, like, you know, when you're in that dating phase, and it's a great date or a great thought, you know, but you like if this would have been somebody else, this would have been awesome.
I guess I
Yeah.
ain't never been in that phase because I'm not even talking to you unless I like you. Like literally, not even entertaining a person that I don't like.
And maybe I guess Diddy, we grow, we grow. We've dated some ooga boogers, meaning, you know, people that didn't have the proper attitude when we was younger. This is what you say, you learn. So I definitely dated some stank attitudes that if I would have done like the Usher concert, I probably would have been pissed off. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. We was together, but yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Keep it going. All right.
Oh, don't tell on yourself now. All right, y'all. We're gonna move on to our main topics. And Adrian, I'm assuming you're going to introduce our special guest for the night. Because I don't have a bio.
Um,
Said Ooga. He spelled out Ooga Booga.
hey, appreciate it because I did not know how to spell ooga booga at all. I guess I can try because I blame it on myself because I don't even remember if I asked him for a bio. I don't think I did, so that's on me. I'm sorry, but my man's he coming from the NO. You feel me? I done known this cat for many years because he about to retire too, so it's over with. Air Force veteran. No, he's still in. You ain't retired yet, so still in the Air Force, getting ready to retire. That's what it is. Hey, my boy Nate, what's happening?
What up, Nate? What up, Nate?
What's happening?
Welcome.
Hold up, man. Hey, I'm still
Wow,
trying
what's
to
that,
get.
baby?
Yeah, I'm still trying to get used to the technology, bro. I don't know.
Hold up, you out? Cause that chin hair,
You got a whole beard.
Hey, hold up. First of all, let me correct you. I'm already retired. You heard me?
okay? I knew it was. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't, know if you was out. But I'm looking at you now with the beard. I'm like, hold up, you gotta be out.
Hey, come on, now. I'm done. But yeah, man.
Congratulations.
I apologize for being late. You heard me? I was running around being daddy, man. I've been running around.
Oh, you good.
And then, like I said, man, I appreciate y'all inviting me to y'all platform, y'all podcast. Love what y'all doing, you heard me? So appreciate it.
Look, when Adrian said Nate come, I said, what? Oh,
Hey,
shit.
I ain't never been on no podcast. I ain't never been on no podcast. I ain't good in front of camera, so I'm just freestyling. You heard me? It's kind of last minute for me, but
We all freestyle.
we gonna make it happen.
Just be yourself. That's
So,
What about them Saints though?
See, bro, you ain't got to start off with that, bro. You ain't got to start off with that. Hey, look, boy, the Saints got my blood pressure high, my gout acting up, bro. I don't know what to say.
I didn't think I thought they was on the way up, and then this game, you like, what is
Hey,
going on?
and you know we got our fantasy league going on. Boy, I dropped his ass off my fantasy, bro. Hey, Derek Carr then threw 2 touchdowns in 4 damn games, bro.
That's it.
And then Jameis Winston ass, he thinking about crab legs and shit, so he ain't gonna throw nothing.
Oh my God.
Hey,
Man, I don't want to talk about the Saints. We ain't got to start like that, bro.
You are crazy. Yo, that is funny.
We ain't got to start with that.
Don't do his Saints like that. I'm sorry. My Eagles 4-0. Fly, Eagles, fly. My
Did you
bad.
see how she threw that in there?
What your team look like?
4-0.
I know them Philly cutting up, you heard me? Them boys cutting up. I ain't gonna lie.
Yes.
They're a problem.
Yes. Let's go. Let's go. All right, y'all. We're gonna go into our first topic.
Hey, y'all talk about the Britney girl already?
You want to talk about her again? Yeah, we talked about that. That girl.
Oh, I didn't know y'all talk about it yet.
Mm-hmm. Well, her lying there talking about she only slept with 35 men. Bitch,
Hey,
double it.
So I didn't even know who she was. So I had to look her up real quick. And man, I seen that clip where she said she was with 35 men, right?
Mm-hmm.
So shit, my reaction was probably just like everybody else, like, damn, when you see a female and that number just pop up, it kind of threw you off a little bit. So shit, my reaction was the same. I was like, damn, that girl slinging that birth canal everywhere.
Though, because
lying.
she said 35 and she slept with 3 dudes in one day.
Yeah, but let's stick with the 35. But with the 35, I took a little step back. I was like, well, hold up, how old is this girl? And then I guess, like you see, she in her mid-30s or something like that.
31.
Oh, 31?
Yeah,
I thought she was like 35 or something.
31.
But then I started thinking, I said, well, maybe, you don't know her background or whatever. And, kids these days, they starting early, like 13, 14 years old, you heard me? So let's just say, for instance, we don't know. Let's just say she started at 13, 14 years old. She was probably going through her whole teenage years, you heard me? And then she in her mid-30s now. So 35, in my mind, I'm like, okay, well, 35 maybe not a crazy ass number, And she in the industry, so you know how that go. So maybe 35 ain't too crazy, you know what I'm saying? So I try to give her a little bell, but in my opinion, I think that number higher than 35, bro. Just listen to how she talk. Just listen to how she talk. That number higher than 35.
Yeah. If you slept with 3 dudes in the same day, you definitely slept with more than. Yeah, she said it on the podcast. She said she slept with 3 men on the same day and only got a yeast infection.
Oh, she cutting up. Oh, she cutting up. Oh no, that's different. I know dudes. Some of my partners, no names, of course, they're savages. And I don't know no dude that had 3 females in a 24-hour period. That's crazy.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, that's wild. And all she got is a yeast infection.
That was she said.
I hope she bathed in between.
Probably not.
Bathed.
And you talking about you? So she literally just confessed that you slept with them unprotected because you talking about all I got was receipt.
Oh man, no.
Oh, did
Hey,
he?
but
See,
you
I
know
wasn't
that
even
thing,
thinking all that.
boy.
Oh.
That thing smell like 2 skunks in a barrel of garlic. Nah, she out of line. She out of line for that one.
Yeah,
I
she's
I I,
nasty.
I rock with it with the 35 number just based on whatever. But 3 in a 24-hour period, that's crazy. Nah,
I
can't
still
rock
ain't rocking with 35. Nope. That's too many people. That's nasty. Anyway, we're gonna move on to our main topics because Brittany and her birth canal is just not working for me right now.
You're slanging it, huh?
All
slanging
right,
that
so
thing.
we're gonna start with I got a video. And this chick, she was a hot topic before. And because she said she wasn't dating no bus drivers. Now she sounds like she's backpedaling because that damn biological clock is about to turn off. That bitch about to stop. So I'm gonna play her video and I'll let y'all decide what y'all feel about what she said. And we'll talk about it.
Reality that needs to be said out loud is that as black men age, their desirability increases. Thus, their optionality of women is always expanding. And the exact opposite is true for black women. As we age, doesn't matter how much money we accumulate, our degrees or professional accolades, the reality is that our marriage and partnership market value is depreciating with every passing year. No matter how good we look, no matter how fit we are, men are still seeing primarily our presumed dwindling fertility as a knock against us. And speaking of fertility, that is another reason that I want younger black women to seek marriage and partnership in college or right after, if that's what they choose. Because the number of college-educated black men is so low when compared to black college-educated women that we're all going to be targeting the same small pool of men. And as we heard today, on most campuses, there's like 7 black women students for every 1 black man student. Y'all do the math. So here's my advice. If you are a young black woman in college and you know in your heart and in your head that you want to prioritize family, I suggest that you simultaneously pursue that MRS degree right along with that BA or JD. Because the handful of black college-age men that actually do desire to get married soon, and they do share that value system, and family is a priority for them too, y'all, that is an incredibly small pool, and it's shrinking as you get older. And by the time you reach my age, 40, you will be faced with different choices relating to life partnership and motherhood. Now, I'm not saying that delaying marriage or motherhood is a bad option, but it's one that comes with its own consequences. And our women deserve to know on the front end of their decision making instead of on the back half.
That's a lot. I don't even know where to begin with all that.
Y'all want me to read a comment that somebody left under that post? Because I thought it was a very valid point, and it was left by a man, which was kind of shocking. And he said that let's talk about the consequence of marrying young. Most of the time it's forced. You're doing it because it's the right thing to do in your head, or someone made you feel like marriage and kids was the only step after college. But you haven't fully developed as a person and don't know what you truly want. And when you figure it out, you're crucified for it. You don't have the financial stability or literacy you like or need. And most of the time, finances fall hard on one partner, adding tons of stress and resentment. People grow, and that's not always okay when you get married. When you get married young, because they say you've changed as if that's a bad thing when it's not. And you shouldn't have to feel that way. You don't know any better. So you literally take bullshit from your partner because you're young and you think you have to do it when you don't. So you stay in a bad marriage that is mentally and emotionally damaging, but you think it's normal. All in saying I do. Life goes on, teach you lessons either way. So do what you should do what you want. I with Ebony K specifically, because right now she's going through a journey which I think is very rare. She is taking the option to do fertility treatments and IVF to have a baby by herself because she put her career before whatever. She was, I think, engaged to some rich white guy before, and I don't know what happened, but it didn't work. And now she's faced with possibly not being able to have children, so she's trying to go through this IVF journey by herself. So I guess now she's warning young women to avoid what she's going through right now.
One part that stuck out to me was a part that she felt like people need to get married earlier versus later in life.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I don't know what situation where I would even agree with that. It don't matter monetary or what. You hear me? I don't see no situation where I would agree. I don't know. Maybe she thinking, you get married early in life. And when I think young marriage, I'm thinking like early 20s, the late teens, early 20s. Maybe y'all don't have kids together. Y'all don't have no careers. Y'all ain't got shit. So y'all can do the experimenting, the ups and downs. If it don't work, y'all get a divorce. No harm, no foul. Y'all get a divorce. Y'all ain't got kids. Y'all ain't got nothing to split up. It ain't no money. So it's just, okay, lesson learned. I would think you would want to get those experiences early in life versus getting married, say, in your 50s, and it's your first marriage. And now you're going through hell when in reality, that's supposed to be the best part of your life. You should have went through all that shit. Yeah, granted, you ain't got to be married to go through all those situations, but everybody know a relationship and once you get married, that's two different things. So I'm thinking maybe that's where she coming from, but other than that, I don't know about that.
I do know that when it comes to like young white women compared to young black women, they've always been taught like when you go to college, like you need to find who you're gonna be with, like you need to find your husband. As opposed to I think black women like go make sure you get your degree so you can get a career. So I think that she knows now like that she put all that on the back burner. So maybe she's trying to warn people, but I don't know who. Even if young black girls decided to do that, who they gonna marry? Because young black boys in college are not trying to get married; they're trying to live it up. This is our college years.
That's
Or
what I'm saying.
Trying to figure out what they want to do, like who they need to become. So I just don't know. I feel like the person I was when I was 20, 22. I don't even know who that person was anymore. Like, I don't know who that is. Like the decision, some of the decisions I made, I try to block them out because I'm like, it ain't no way that I did that. So I couldn't imagine me being married and like trying to have a healthy relationship at that age.
I was married at 19.
Really?
Bad fucking idea.
Yeah.
It's a bad idea. It's just an all around bad idea. I was 19. My husband was 20. It was horrible.
I can't even picture that. At 19, I don't even remember. I'm trying not to cuss because I just get to talking, but I can't even remember what I was doing at 19. I can't even imagine. I don't even think, that wouldn't have worked at all. Hell, it wouldn't even work at 25, 28.
Nope.
Hell, into my 30s, if I'm being real. Shit.
Yeah.
Nah.
I don't think it's, and having a child that's 26 now.
Yeah.
Telling her to get married while she was in college, that's no.
Yeah.
No.
I was almost married at that age, Didi. He had proposed and everything, and then I was like, no, this ain't for me. So I'm happy that I didn't do it. But yeah, I agree with you, Didi. Like when my daughter being the age she is, I couldn't imagine telling my child. So.
I ain't know how to be nobody's wife at 19. He talking about he hungry. I'm like, so am I.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I don't know no situation where I would agree with that. Getting married that early. I don't care what it is. I just can't see it. Because I know how I was at 19. Oh Lord.
I was out of control.
And like I said, I got three daughters. So I can't imagine my daughters. I can't even picture them getting married. Hell, my daughter took 20. I can't even imagine her have a boy. She still can't have a boyfriend. And she's 20. Nah. from what I know, my daughter still don't have a boyfriend or haven't had a boyfriend at 20. Ain't nobody been in my house. Nah. And you talking about marriage? Hell nah.
Adrian, what you think? You got a girl coming?
Man, y'all already know how I feel. I done talked about this multiple times. I think she absolutely right. She didn't say get married in college. She said if you're looking for someone, I think that for a woman, that's their best pool as far as collectively.
She said an MRS degree, Mrs. degree. She said pursue your MRS degree.
Yeah. So I'm with Drena, like, and I guess maybe being from the South, I don't know how it is in other places, but in the South, our other counterparts, that is what they go to college and do. They find a good man to settle down with. You know, they get their degree and everything as well too, but they know that's their biggest pool. And you see our counterparts that don't get married in college, they tend to struggle outside of, well, not in college, but finding a guy that they've been dating since college, they tend to struggle too. It is your biggest pool. You know what I'm saying? Because now once you get out, you're going to struggle because that guy that you work with, you know what I'm saying? And it is different in the military. But when you're in corporate America, like being a black man, Didi, you know it, like it's not that many. So if you're going to date somebody that you work with or around, you know, in proximity, like it's only going to be a couple. And usually you probably going to feel like you're a cornball. I'm just saying that's typically how it goes. Our counterparts typically meet guys in their early 20s in college because that's going to be your biggest dating pool. Because
it's a larger pool of our counterparts in college.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So
it's easier for them to find that.
Like you said, I have a daughter coming. Would I tell my daughter this? No, Debbie would. I have Debbie, like, because I don't really like to talk about it because I feel like telling women when they should find a man is opposite because we find y'all. So that's kind of why I be like, but at the same time, what she's saying to me, like, it makes a whole lot of sense because it's like, yeah, that's going to be your biggest dating pool. Because
yeah, but her telling women to do a thing that's not even attainable for them is weird to me because women don't control that. Women,
I guess what I mean is like
we don't have the ability to go to college and be like, yep, that's my husband. I'm gonna marry him.
No, my whole thing is what we're talking about now. This is what I would tell my daughter. I'd be like, yo, this is probably gonna be your best dating pool. And it doesn't mean that you need to settle down in college. That's not what I'm saying. But understand, it's just gonna get smaller and smaller as you move up in this world. Your possibilities are just gonna continue to shrink.
But I don't think that women. I think women always tell their daughters that. I don't think there's ever a time where women go into a situation where they're not looking for a serious relationship. It's the men who are not. So women going to college, I'm quite sure they're looking. Oh, you know what? Oh, that could be my husband. We just talked about that. Oh, he bought me a soda. Oh shit, we probably gonna get married. Men ain't the ones looking for that. So I don't think the conversation needs to be women. Y'all need to look at y'all dwindling fertility as something y'all taught y'all clock ticking. Men have to be the ones that are looking to settle down, but they're not in our culture, unlike our counterparts' culture. We're not teaching our men to do these things.
I know a lot of guys that's with the girls that they met in college and they married now with families. But
this generation right now,
you gotta think. This is another thing, right? We have to think about. And this is real. Guys with degrees. I wish I had a statistic on that. But guys with degrees typically get married at a higher rate than men without it. Because
but it's not a lot of guys with degrees. Black men anyway.
That's the point. This is why
as far as the guys that's like black men aren't there to do this. The black women are in college.
If women are trying to, or if they're trying to be with a guy, quote unquote, on their level, that's why that's their best options or best place to find someone. And not to say that you can't, but I'm just saying that's typically your best bet of finding someone on your quote unquote level.
I don't think I can agree with that, bro. Having daughters, I don't think I can bring myself, and maybe I'm just overprotective like that. And I know I am, and trust me, my wife, and trust me, everybody tell me, my family. But I don't think I'm going to be able to tell my daughter that this is her best chance and opportunity while in college. I mean, I would probably tell her, look, find the similarities of the people you around in that environment, see what you like. And in today's world, it's social media. You can stay in contact with all these people over the years, and y'all can grow. So it ain't like when we was coming up, it wasn't a lot of social media. So it's not like, damn, you got to jump on this dude because you might not even see him again because there's no social media or whatever. Y'all can stay in contact, but I wouldn't tell her to engage on that level while in college. Focus on your career, whatever you're doing, your degree. Stay in contact with these people. You ain't got a ticket to that level on that serious level like that. And, and just figure out what you like in general with these career fields and what these men and how they move in their careers. And then, get into your own career and then paths will meet later on. But I don't think I'll be able to just tell her like, it's now or never, or you probably need to pick from this pool right now.
But that's not what I'm saying. My whole thing of what I'm saying is be open.
Okay,
you know what I mean? There's a lot of women that can go back and say, dang, like that was a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of pushed him to the side, right? Yeah. Like, but now, hindsight, you looking back, like I should have gave him an opportunity, or I should have, dated him because he was a great guy. He was really pursuing me. He was really trying to be with me. And I pushed him to the side. I'm not saying, no, settle down in college, marry the dude. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying be open in college to the possibility of meeting someone. Because a lot of times we're like, I'm just going to
have the wherewithal to come to that conclusion. We can tell young people this all the time. Anecdotally, you should do this. But in reality, they don't process information like that at that age. I'm not looking at this guy as this prospect for my future because an adult told me that this is what I should be looking for. It's not realistic. It sounds really good on talking heads on podcasts, but in real life, the shit doesn't happen that way.
I don't know. I hear you, but I know a lot of people that it happened for. So
I'm not saying that it doesn't happen. I'm saying
but at the same time,
black people in our culture,
right? I'm saying like.
But white people are groomed that way. They see it. That's what.
That's what I'm saying. They don't have people in our community that's groomed that way to think that way. Of
Adrian, we acting like it's a large percentage of black people that go to college and get married. It's not.
Yeah, it's not. I think the state. It was just a statement that.
Like I said, I think and Drena, I think you can kind of jump in this. Like we come from a place where you get married. Like you get married. And I mean, it's people that's not, of course, but when you look around, most of the people that you hung around with, they at least got married. They may be divorced, but typically they've gotten married. Because that's where we come from. We're from Mississippi. Like that's what you do. You find someone, you settle down, you have a family.
But you're talking about Mississippi. We're talking about all black people. We're not just talking about Mississippi.
I'm not. I'm just using a sample size, but that's a real big thing in the South. Period.
Yeah. So to speak to what Adrian's saying, I do feel like the majority of the people I know that are married met the people that they're married to when they were younger, either in high school or they did go to college. My only concern would be with wanting my children to meet somebody at that age. I know a lot of those people's marriages that they aren't doing well, or like the people aren't happy. They may be doing well like on paper, but I know that the people aren't happy. And so I guess for me, like it will boil down to is it more important for us to be together as a unit and unhappy, but we're raising kids, but we're unhappy in our household, or is it better to wait and meet somebody that like is your person? That's what I think about when I hear meeting somebody at a younger age, because I feel like at a younger age you don't know who you are.
And that's why Daniel said it. He said he got married out of college and he was divorced 2 years later. Like most people, it doesn't work. Yeah, it's a bigger pool, but that doesn't mean the more is the more quality. It's just more people. It doesn't mean it's gonna work.
I gotta agree with Didi. Like I say, I mean, me personally, because I don't know a lot of people that met in college and together. Well, I don't know many people that went to college, but outside of that, I guess it was just that statement that telling my daughter that this is your best chance in this period. I guess that's where I kind of get lost. I'm like, nah, this ain't your best chance. I mean, this a good chance to get a sample size of what you might be looking for in the future. And these dudes, they got a good foundation. They going to college just like you. They getting degrees, so it's a good foundation, a starting point of what you want in life out of a man. I'll tell her that. But yeah, I mean, I'm not looking at the sample size of everybody in this college together. I just don't look at it like that.
I think college is a good like melting pot of a lot of people from different places, just like the military. A lot of people from different places, so you can figure out what kind of people you like.
Yeah. But just because it's spread out now, after college, everybody go on to their separate ways, right? Move on, go. Like I say, social media. I mean, it's a small world. It make the world smaller.
The people that I do know that are married majority of them met their spouse at school. Like really? wherever they went to, like whether they reconnected after they got out into the adult world and reconnected after that, or like they hung with the same group of friends, but they all met like at school.
I never would have thought that.
The majority, most ones I know is from military.
But I think like
maybe
the reason Adrian keeps saying Mississippi is like because Gulfport is such a small town, like it's such a small area, and I think a lot of towns here in Mississippi are like that. Because with you coming from New Orleans is a big city, but like everybody there know everybody basically. That's what I think. Like everybody knows somebody that knows somebody. Dee, I know you're from Bristol, Pennsylvania. I don't know how big that city is, but
Bristol, I was there.
When I think about a city, I think like like a metropolitan type area. So I'm not sure, but like down here, literally, if there's a new man on the coast, like if he's single, everybody knows who he is because that's how limited there are like new men down here. Like if I went outside to talk to somebody, like it's a chance that I know at least 3 other people that have talked to this same person. So I think that whenever girls here went off to school, like if they were trying to meet somebody new, that was their time to meet them because they then met all the people here that's available. So they did take that opportunity and they married somebody from college, whether it was right after college or later on in life. But yeah,
and I'm from somewhere where it's a big city, so
right, and it's more places like Mississippi than they are like New Orleans, and they are like the Philadelphia area. Like it's more places that are small because you got to think when you think about big cities, right? You think about Philly area, you think about NYC, you think about Atlanta, Miami. Like every place isn't like that. Most places are small. So in these small areas, this is how you meet the people. It's typically in colleges, which is why it's kind of pushed. And truth be told, when it's a plethora of people, when you're in a big city, that's trash. But that's for another topic. We can talk.
Okay,
about
I just don't know a lot of people that went to college. That's my thing. Is like I didn't grow up in a place where people went to college.
Nope.
Yeah.
But when y'all add that to it, okay, I can understand that part of it. Now that y'all put it more in perspective. So yes, from that standpoint, I can understand it then. But like I see, everybody's situation different. Like I say, like Didi, I don't know too many. I barely know people that went to college for me to even. I don't know nobody that met in college and they got married, and I just don't know it. So
yeah,
we're gonna move on to our next topic. All right, y'all. So y'all know we talk a lot now that the manosphere has been opened by Kevin Samuels, and men have a place to vent and say their piece and tell women how they really feel. I know there has been a lot of people who say that women need to choose better partners. So is that the case, or are Black men not living up to the expectations of manhood?
Choose better partners.
Are Black women choosing wrong? Or are Black men not living up to the expectations of manhood?
That's so I was thinking about this when you wanted to talk about it. It is such a hard topic. But you know me, I'm always gonna take the stand that the expectations of men and manhood. Because I mean, honestly, I feel like it's a bit of both, but I feel like men have to step up. Somebody got to set the standard. And I feel like in every other culture, men typically set that standard. So we need to step up and we need to set that standard. Maybe women will, follow us in the majority instead of in pockets.
Yeah.
That's my thoughts.
For me, I would
understand.
Yeah, I wouldn't even begin to even try to speak on the woman side of you. I'd rather just, hold the men, put our feet to the fire, control what we can control, and it's up to the women to do their part. Like, yep. But yeah, man, from what I've seen out here in these streets and, partners and my little young homies under me, yeah, as men, bro, we got to do better, bro. I mean, based off the younger generation, a lot of people in my generation, we pretty much been through it all and we started to get it together. Now, I still got some homeboys out there wilding, but for the most part, man, I got younger cousins and stuff hit me up and how they moving out here in these streets. I like, it's almost like they following the women lead now. Like men being a certain way for so long, now the reverse is switched. Now the women moving a certain way. So now the little young boys, they don't even know how to move no more. So it's like, damn, so it's trying to get them to like, you got to get back to, and maybe it's our fault, our generation fault. I don't know. We got to figure it out as men. But the way them young boys moving out here, they don't know how to deal with these new age women. And it's unfortunate. So,
because it's men don't even approach women really no more. Like they wait for the women to approach them.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm having a conversation with some young men, and it's like, oh man, she kind of look good. Don't say something to her. Nah, man, I ain't doing that. What you mean? You said she attractive. You looking at her. She made eye contact with you. Nah, man, I can't look soft out here. I can't do that. Like I can't look thirsty. Man. And I'm like, when did men start feeling like if they went up to a female, they were being thirsty? Like when did this change happen? Because that's never been like a thought process for me. If I saw somebody and I'm like, yo, like, I want to see what's up. I'm gonna go over there and see what's up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna talk myself out of it. And you talk to young dudes and it's like, nah, I'm gonna see if she come to me. I wish a woman would come to me. No, don't come to me. I never had that mentality of wanting a female to approach me. Like, I want to approach you. Like, I'm not gonna sit back and wait till you come to me. Like, where did this thinking come from? Like, when did we change like this?
I talked to some young boys, bro. I can't remember the last one that told me, yeah, I shot at this female. It's usually a female, yeah. The female walked up there and asked me for my number. She got my number. I'm like, wait, what? wait, hold up. So, yeah, it's different, man. I don't understand it. I ain't going to even try to understand it. Because, like I said, I got my son. He late teens, and it's the same thing with him, man. Females, it's almost like I say, the roles is reversed. They the aggressor now.
Yep.
And I don't understand it. And it don't look like it's going to change no time soon. I don't even know how it's going to change at this point. Like, how that's going to change. What's going to flip the switch back to how we think it's supposed to be? I don't know. I don't have the answer for it. And it's not even the younger generation. Forget the younger generation. It's people in our generation that you would think of know better. Like, we 80s babies. Now. We late 70s, 80s babies. It's dudes our age that fell victim to this. I ain't gonna lie. If I was, God forbid, if I was to get divorced and I had to go back to dating, I honestly can't tell you. I'd stand out. I'd be an anomaly, bro. They'd be like, I don't even know how I would date. I don't even know how dating work right in these days.
Trash.
I'd be so awkward out in the club or just trying to shoot at a female because the last thing I know was, 15 years ago of how I was moving around and how I interact with a female. If I interact with a female right now, they'd be like, what's going on? I don't know what this is. So, man, I don't know, bro. I don't have no answer.
I don't either. I'm with you. If I had to be back out here in these streets,
it'd be ugly.
I wouldn't even be out here in these streets. I'm good. I'm good.
Nope.
I think
But
it's a combination of both. I think as far as women, like I said earlier, I think women will hold on to a man as long as she can, like they'll wait for that potential to come out, whatever they saw in him. And not all women, a lot of women will do that. Like they'll hold on to a man. I mean, you see it all the time. Like you see love after lockup, women falling in love with men in jail. Like what? Like they just want something to hold on to. Like okay, he might be the one to do the right thing because they know it's the pickings out here. Like it's crazy. So yeah, I think once women change the mindset and like stop rewarding like half-ass behavior, and then if you have men that are like stepping up or like flipping back to how it was, that'll be the only way to make a change.
Tom said, we men do need to do better, but it's hard to meet a standard of manhood that is determined by people, men or women, that have never been in the presence of a real man. It's hard to score in goal that moves. Well,
bottom line, I think as men, like I said, we just gotta take accountability, bro. We
yeah.
at some point we dropped the ball for so long, it got to the point where women were like, you know what? Forget it. This how we gonna move. We tired of this, we tired of that. This how we gonna move. And you know, again, go back to social media and the music industry and all that, and what they pushing in our face. It flipped like you said. You don't know when it happened. I don't know when it happened either. It was just like one day. It was just the whole thing, and now they running. They in control. They men talking about masculinity and all this stuff, and women not being submissive. We can only blame ourselves. I mean, who else to blame? We can only blame ourselves.
Yeah, because I'll take a page out. I think we talked about it before on the podcast when Dr. Umar just was calling the men out about not like there shouldn't be an option of a Ray Ray and Pookie. Like they shouldn't even exist. So if you have young men in the neighborhood who don't have fathers, that's what the neighborhood men are for. They're supposed to step up and raise those boys so that we don't create Ray Rays and Pookies. So women don't even have those to choose from. So, if we're choosing wrong, why are there so many bad options?
Women shouldn't be choosing in the first place.
Well, I don't mean particularly choosing. I mean the guys that we're dating turn out to be bad options. Why are there bad options out there?
Because they was raised by their mamas.
Right. That goes back to why aren't the neighborhood men going back to the community of building other boys that don't have dads? Why aren't they stepping in to help fill that gap?
I'm hoping that I feel like there's more of a
because birds of the feather flock together. So 9 times out of 10, what typically is happening for the most part, like, okay, for instance, like what you're saying, where I'm at, it's mostly families. You know what I'm saying? It's not, you don't really see like the single parents like that. You know what I'm saying?
You know where
like
they are. You can go to where they are.
Yeah, but you kind of in your community where you are. So you look out for your community, you help out your community, because that's where your kids at. So
I think that's a cop out because I go to other communities all the time and help.
I'm talking about from the standpoint of like consistently. So can I do it, twice a month or something like that? Yeah. But can I do it because I have kids that's playing sports, that's involved in the community? So I have to be involved where I am more than in another community.
We're not saying every day. I'm just saying.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But
somewhere
you got to be there a lot more than just once a month to really.
That's why you build a community of people, not just you. It has to be a team. It's not like you just go do it. You have a team of people that goes and does it.
So we've been talking about the the male part of it, accountability. What about the female part of it?
We always talk about that on here, and I hold women to a high standard. Okay. In my opinion, I hold them accountable for a lot of things that I think that they allow when it comes to their bad choices
Yeah, and they decision making.
Well, we need an update.
Hold on, Janika said women are expected to lower their standards, and men are too comfortable with not wanting to achieve more. Shit, god damn.
Okay.
Yeah, I think women, because women do, like Drena said, when sometimes they hold on to men too long, but I think women ignore a lot of red flags, and they go after people that they know aren't good for them. They stay in that shit for too long. Women make really horrible decisions based off of traumas that they aren't willing to deal with. They don't hold themselves accountable for allowing shit to happen to them that nobody's at fault for but themselves. And they don't take the time to actually learn what's wrong with them and why they keep attracting the same type of people.
Yeah. Because I know they like to put them there. They're like, man, it's hard out of the dating pool, and the men ain't this and that. But I mean, for me, I think that's just a cop out. You heard me? I mean,
women ain't this and that either. They in the same dating pool. Shit.
Yeah, but what I see the most is, it ain't no dudes are this and dudes are that. I'm like, yeah, that might be true, but it's the other side of that coin, and I just think it's easy to say that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think
that's an easy route to just say and take, and it's almost like a cop out. You know what I'm saying? Yep. We just gonna say that and move on and keep it pushing and now we can move how we move because we just gonna say it ain't no men like that. Now it give us the right to move how we move.
And a lot of women don't understand that they don't qualify for the type of man that they want.
Yep.
They think that they're settling and they're not. That's your level. That's literally what you qualify for. But nobody's really gonna call them on their shit. They got an echo chamber that they're talking to other women who ain't got nobody, and they got single women keeping single women single.
Yeah, I just noticed. I've seen some situations where they'll say that. You know what I'm saying? So by them saying that, they don't have to work on nothing. They don't have to do nothing. If they just use that excuse, that cop out. Nah, I don't have to do nothing. This is it is. Now I'm gonna move how I move.
Yeah,
it prevent them from having to do the work. You know what I'm saying?
And it's really, really hard to get a woman to admit that they need to work on something.
Yeah.
And they need to change something. Like it's almost like trying to tell them they food nasty. Like, no, bitch, it's nasty. Can you just
Lord.
Like, so yeah, it's really hard because they don't. If you ask a woman about a past relationship, 9 times out of 10, they ain't do nothing wrong. It was all him. It was him.
All current relationship.
Yeah, they
right. I'm right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Being single, and I have single female friends and male friends. If you're in a relationship with somebody and y'all can work on it, don't get out here in these streets because it is nothing nice out here.
It's funny that you said that because I got a homeboy. It's funny that you said that. I got a homeboy. He's single. He in these streets. And he was talking to one of my other homeboys that's married. And my other homeboy that's married, his marriage ain't perfect. They going through some stuff. It ain't no violence. It ain't nothing crazy, but they just don't get along. But it's something you can work through if you want to, right? He told me he'd rather be in a marriage like that than to be out in the streets. Because I guess my homeboy hit him up like, man, I'm thinking about divorcing. And he like, nigga, don't get a divorce.
Don't do it.
Because it's way worse in these streets right now. I'd rather be in a dysfunctional, as long as it ain't abusive and nothing like that. I'd rather be in a strained marriage versus being out in these streets right now. You heard me? So when I heard that, I was like, that's wild. That's wild to even think of, that it's so bad out there that he'd rather just be miserable in the house. Like, hey, at least I know this one. This woman I'm with,
right.
She know me, I know her. I'm gonna stick to what I know and we're gonna deal with it versus getting back in these streets. So that set off of a light bulb in my head. I'm like, nah, it's wild out there.
Bro,
like, you gotta think about it. You gotta think about it. Back like before social media and everything, you just had to deal with whatever that person's past was. Now you got to deal with whatever their past was, whatever whoever they watching on YouTube, whatever they watching, all them talking points. They got all these other ideas in their head, or like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, they coming with so much extra stuff that people didn't have to deal with, like in our parents' age. Like, they have a talking point for every conversation. They just making up scenarios and they want you to have the right answer to it. And they didn't even come up with it. It's somebody on the internet told them This is how it's supposed to be. So yeah, it's crazy out here.
Yeah. Nah, that's wild. I just never thought it. I never thought of it from that perspective. Like that's how wild it is out there. Where is they almost selling for the least of the worst. I was like, oh man, this is wild. I don't want no part of the streets.
No.
None.
All
It
right,
sounds like a cesspool out there.
well,
No, I mean, then think about all the stuff. You know, like pretty much like you got homeboys that be out in the streets. They still lying and they gotta keep up with their lies and all that extra stuff. Like, man, I'm grown. I ain't got time for none of that. Like, that's stupid. Like, bro, you too old for this, bro. Like, stop.
They out there, bro. And they 40s. They out there.
that's crazy. I don't
Yes.
understand grown people lying for the life of me.
I mean, I like the stories when they hit me up when we on the phone. It's entertaining. I be dying laughing. I be over here drinking my Henny. I be in here dying laughing. I say, boy, y'all wow, bro.
That's crazy.
How? I'm too old for that stuff.
Oh man,
Listen.
for real.
Yeah, it's too much going on. I don't know. So what are you? I mean, how are you creating healthy relationships? How are we doing this? Because Adrian, I think we had a girl on here before who said that she said she was healed and ready to
Didi.
Wait. What? She was what? Wait, run that back.
My bad. Go ahead, Didi. Go.
healed and ready to date. And she knew that she was ready, you know, for the man that she was going to be with to come along. And every other thing, Adrian pointed out every single time that she wasn't healed in her conversation.
She hated me.
Hey, that wound wide open.
It was bad. I was like, he was like, you're doing it again. She couldn't help it.
Couldn't help it, bro. Because some people, that's another thing. We got to look within ourselves and really do the work on who we are, especially when we've gone through things. Because most of us, right, we come from poverty. We come from a lot of failed relationships. And when I say failed relationships, I'm even talking about family. So I'm not even necessarily talking about us dating. I'm talking about failed relationships of the people that we first loved. You know, we still healing from those loves that we had, let alone you trying to date people and do all of those things, right? So it's tough, man. We have to make sure that we create safe spaces for us to talk. I was listening to a guy, and dang, this would have been great for this topic. But I think we shared this. One of y'all shared it, I think. But when the guy was basically saying that, like, yo, as a man, like, I don't really have a safe space to talk, you know, to other men about what I'm going through, you know. And he's like, wow, that's crazy, because I do, you know. He was like, I do, but it's crazy that a lot of men out here feel like they can't, you know, open up to other men and say I love you and say this is what I'm going through, man. How can I kind of help myself, or how can I, you know, get out of this funk? It's really hard. So we have to make sure that we creating that safe space, you know, not only with women but with men, you know, and stop calling men soft because they have feelings. We all got feelings, right? We have to realize, like, people got feelings. We all people. We all going through things. We all have feelings. And so just because you have feelings about certain things or you feeling down about things doesn't mean that you soft or you ain't a man. You know, you can't do that. Like, be there for your brother. If you really love your brother, like, be there for him. Pick him up. Like, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, you want to come to your man's like, yo, bro, like, I'm struggling. Like, mentally, I'm struggling. Mentally, I'm in a funk. Like, I can't get out of this. And now, man, shut up. You're soft. Man, don't talk like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of being that way, like, you know, you my brother, I love you. Like, what's going on? Like, let's talk through this. Let's figure out what can I do to help you get out your funk. You know what I'm saying? What's going on in life? And not judging because he's showing vulnerability. That's something that we're not really able to do, you know, as men and with our homeboys. Like, that's a hard thing to do. Extremely hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey, as a man, I agree. And me personally, I mean, yeah, I can admit to that. I'm at fault with that. I mean, it's crazy because I got a lot of homeboys that I stayed in contact with over the years, you know, being in the military, everything, 20 years, you got a lot of partners that you call friends. But it's crazy because if you ask me about one of them, I couldn't tell them nothing personal in their life. You know what I'm saying? And I thought about it because one time, one of my homeboys, he was in town, one of the bases I was at, and I hadn't talked to him for like probably about 10 years. And then, you know, found out he was in town, I didn't come through. And when he came through, and you know, we having some drinks, you know, when you start drinking, you start talking and talking, and he got, you know, we were a little tipsy, and he started talking about everything he had been going through from the time we were stationed in, say, Korea or whatever, until up until now. I'm like, damn, this boy been through a lot. And I was like, damn, if I would have just reached out to him, you know what I'm saying, I could have talked him through some of them things. And we was talking on Facebook and on social media, but just like bullshit and this and that. It was never nothing personal or serious until he got in my presence and we drinking and he tell me he just laying all this heavy shit on me. I'm like, damn, I'm thinking in my mind. So now I'm talking to him how I should have been talking to him when he was going through it. And he made a statement. He said, man, I needed to hear this 5 years ago. And he said it in a joking way, but a light bulb went off in my head like, damn, you're right. If I would have been in contact with him and we would have been talking on a more personal level, I could have helped him through some of these situations. So then that, you know what I'm saying, that set a light bulb off in my head like, damn, man, I need to connect with my people more. Even though we on Facebook bullshitting and talking, excuse my language, just playing around every day, man, you can put that to the side from the age, just hit them on the end by, yo, you good? What's happening with you? And I need to do a better job than that. Hell, even with you, I've been knowing you how many years? Me and you ain't never had a personal conversation about family and what's happening. We just never have. We still cool. Like if you came to Washington State, man, come through. I'm gonna cook. We're gonna do something. We're gonna chop it up. Two brothers, brotherhood, and it'll be easy. We'll have a good time. But me and you never had a personal, you know, situation like that. And I need to get better at that. Checking in on my people. You know what I'm saying? But as men, we don't do that. I don't know about women. I don't know if women do that, but I know for a fact men don't do that.
We definitely
every
do.
day.
We do.
Y'all be in there.
Yeah, that's different because I can't, like, I personally can't think of like a dude hitting me up like, bro, I just want to check on you. How your mental state? Like I can't think of the last time like a homeboy just hit me up on that tip. Like, bro, like I'm just checking on you. Like how you doing?
You gotta wait.
So yeah, we don't really, you know, we might hit you, like, yo, what's up? What's been going on? But it's not like a, bro, like I'm just checking on you. Like you straight? You good?
Yeah.
Like, you know
and
what I'm
then
saying?
to take it a step farther, we don't think there's nothing wrong with it. Like we don't do it, so we don't even think far enough to even think is something wrong with that. Like it's normal. It's so normal we don't even think it's nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? It'll be awkward if one of my homeboys hit me up right now while we on here, like, hey Nate, man, I'm checking on you, man. You good? You know, I'd be like, it'll be weird. I wouldn't even know how to respond to it. I'll just brush it off, like, yeah, I'm good. You straight? All right. What the Saints doing? And we'll just move on to something else. It'll be weird, and we need to change that.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, women do it all the time. We talk all the time.
I mean, I think most women have that person that they know they could call to vent to and be like, "Are you busy? I just need to vent real quick." And then they'll unload all this stuff on you, and you'll be like, "What the hell? This is crazy."
Yep. And I think men like that, and sometimes it bleed over into our relationships. We ain't like that with our partners. We should be like that with our women. Our women come to us with situations, and we really sometimes we don't know what to say. Me personally, I've been told this, so it got to be true. I tend to be more nonchalant about stuff. If there's a problem, I skip the conversation part of it, and I get right to fixing it. Okay, this is a problem. Let's fix it. I go fix it. I'm a fixer. That's what I do. I don't get into the emotional part of it. Oh, yeah. I just, okay, this is a problem. I'm going to just calmly go do what I got to do. And sometimes, you know, when it comes to a relationship, that can be an issue. Instead of having the conversation, digging deep. Why? I don't get into the whys. I just like to go fix shit. So it bleed over into relationships too.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah, I think sometimes women get frustrated whenever men do try, even though y'all are trying to fix it and make it better, they just really want you to listen to what they're saying.
Got about a minute and a half of listening.
Yeah.
Hey, while I'm listening, I'm kind of sliding. I'm listening, I'm sliding. After I'm listening, I'm sliding to go fix it. And then I'm out. So yeah, I see that.
Yeah. And I think that also comes with conversation too, like in knowing your partner. Like, all right, you know I don't want to listen to you that goddamn long. You know I need you to listen to you. How do we come to a compromise so I can be heard and I can be helpful? It just has to be some type of compromise to figure out how to make it work. But I think, Adrian, we talked about this before too. We were talking about how men, because I think there was a question about women calling men soft. And like, do we think like that's a thing? Because you was like, do we find it a problem for men to be emotional around us? And me and Drena was like, no, like we want y'all to be that way.
Yeah.
And we were like, I think it'd be y'all men who, y'all homeboys, whoever, uncles, dads, who make y'all suppress that. That comes from that side. It ain't the women.
I think if you come across a woman and she talks about you for sharing your emotions, you need to get far away from that woman.
Yeah. Absolutely. She's evil. She's evil.
But I think it starts at a young age, like Debbie said, like, don't, boy, get up, stop all that crying, like you ain't no girl, like
But come
you
on.
need to be a man. Like I think it starts from that point and then it just like grows. And I think you can't really blame yourself for not checking on your friends. I think one way to look at it is if you could just let your friends know, like, hey, if you ever need to talk about something, like I'm here for you. And like, you know, let them know like that's an option as well. Because I think a lot of times men just be like, well, other people got their own shit going on. I don't want to burden nobody with my stuff. But on the other hand, if somebody's your friend, you would much rather listen to them, listen to their problems than know that they suffering in silence.
I mean, I hear that, but y'all, come on. Y'all, if y'all ain't gonna tolerate a man that's always crying.
We ain't say always.
No,
That's what I'm
always.
saying. It's a balance. It's a balance. Now, if this man all the time crying, his face is wet, crying, y'all be like, okay, this too much.
We don't want a woman that's always crying around us either.
Well, it's more acceptable.
Yeah. No, it's not. It ain't gonna be no crying bitch around me all the time. Bitch, you gonna have to figure it out.
All the time,
something wrong.
Talk to somebody.
I was about to say, if y'all with a man, his face always saturated. Come on now.
Because then it's this. Now you're desensitized from it. Now it's like,
yeah.
All right, now this you just doing this.
It's too much.
No,
it's a balance.
The same way a man don't want no woman cry. Like now, what you crying for?
Yeah.
Right? You sensitive again? No.
I think we'll deal. I think as men we deal with it a little better. We're like, okay, that's who she is. But the stereotype is man's supposed to be a man. I think y'all be out like, nah, I ain't dealing with this. I think we'll deal with.
But that's just real toxic. Because of course a man is supposed to be a man, but you still human, and we all have emotions.
I think it's abnormal for any human being to cry all the time. They need to go get help. Okay. They need to go get help.
I was just making sure. I was just clarifying.
I think for women to be okay with men both being expressive is most likely because of how their environment was growing up, being taught that men shouldn't cry. We got to come out of that. I mean, I don't know. I was at my son's birthday party this weekend, and this little boy, he had to be like 2-3 years old. He fell down some metal steps head first. We all was like, oh my God. And the mom just was like, oh, I'm like, pick him up. The boy about to die. You all right? Shake it up. That boy was so traumatized.
I'm calling them I'm calling them people.
Somebody should have, because I thought the boy broke his neck. But he a boy, so he got to shake it off.
Right.
That boy was sitting there looking like he was about to die. She did not pick him up. I'm like, oh God. All right, Nate, I think you mentioned this earlier in the discussion that you had for our next topic. You mentioned something about being submissive. Women being submissive. Are Black men providing a safe space for Black women to be submissive?
Oh Lord. All right, I'm gonna take a shot at it. Oh, one of y'all can take a shot at it. Let me get my little thoughts to go.
Adrian, you go ahead and go. I ain't got no man, so I don't know.
No, I don't want to say no, but no. And this is, once again, this is just my experiences with the guys that I know. So especially, I mean, because we're talking about single guys, right? Because I mean, typically a married guy, he's creating a safe space, right? So, but the single guys that I know, like, no, but they feel like they deserve it, but they not making it a safe space for women to give it. It's like, she just should listen to me. She should just do what I say. Like, you know, I tell her what she need to do and da-da-da-da-da. But you like, bro, but she hit you up and you go MIA for like 3 days. Like, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, you doing some shady stuff. Like, how you think she gonna be submissive and listen to your guidance and your leadership?
Yeah.
And you doing crazy stuff. Like, man, I'm there for her. Like, I care for her. I like her, you know, I do this, I do that, bro. But did you hear what I just said, though? Like, you got to make us feel safe. You got to make her feel safe. I feel like if a woman feels safe, you provide that comfort, that safeness, you know what I'm saying? The submissive energy is going to start coming. You know what I'm saying? Women want that. They want that consistency. They want that comfort. They want to feel safe. Like, I feel like if they feel that, they're able to move in their energy. Just like if we moving in ours, they gonna move in theirs. I feel like it's that simple. And if she doesn't move in that and you're providing those things for her, then she just ain't the one. Like, move on. Don't try to force it.
Yeah.
If you're doing what you're supposed to do as a man and she's not following you, she ain't the one. It's that simple to me. But I don't know. I talk from a married man perspective. So
well, for me, you know, the first problem for me is the word itself. You heard me? Like, just that word submissive, it got like a negative connotation to it. You heard me? Like, even as a man, I don't even like the word submissive. I don't even want that tag on my wife. I don't want somebody else to look at my wife and be like, yeah, she's submissive to Nate. So I think for us, if we especially the modern day women, I think we need to upgrade the word to the current times. Like, let's find another word. Like, shit. I mean, I don't even know what word. Maybe cater or something. Instead of using submissive, I'm a cater to my man. Like, he got an idea, I'm a cater to his idea. Because I think once a woman hear the word submissive, you heard me? Like, off rip, she's shutting it. It's almost like in your wedding vows, how they got rid of obey. Or some people got rid of obey in the wedding vows. So let's just upgrade the word. That way they more susceptible to understand it. And now we can progress the conversation after that. Because if they shut down off rip off the word itself, then we ain't going nowhere. So that's number one. And then, you know, like I say, man, I think that's the basis of it. I think a lot of people just can't get past the word itself, submissive. And like you said, to me, trust, that's a big one. A woman ain't gonna submit to you if she don't trust you, bro. And you know, and be responsible man. Like, for instance, say your woman, she working in corporate, right? She going to these business meetings, she moving around, right? She hit you up, you at home, she hit you up. Look, well, school just started, right? Okay, the kids need physicals for school, sports, or whatever. I'm moving around. I can't do it. I need you to get all these paperwork, Social Security cards. I need you to schedule their appointment. I need you to take them to their apartment and then take all the paperwork from the doctors, bring it to the school. So she asked you to do all this, right? You can't even do that simple task from beginning to end without hitting her up. She just told you she and me. So now you, babe, where the paperwork? What's my son's birthday? This and that. So now all this happened through the day. So now she get home, right? She actually do a simple thing. You couldn't do it on your own. She didn't trust you enough to do it on your own. You wasn't responsible enough to do it on your own. So now she get home, she aggravated. Now you think this woman about to be submissive to you? You know what I'm saying? She ain't in no mood. She ain't about to cater to you. She ain't about to be submissive. You couldn't complete that simple task she asked you to do on your own all day. You heard me? So trust and just having a responsible man to handle business that she ain't got to worry about. She ain't got to go behind to make sure you do it. So that's to me, it's that simple. Trust, have a responsible man and a man you can trust. And then hopefully she, like I say, I don't like the word submissive. Hopefully she'll cater to your ideas and what you got going on.
You got an Etch-a-Sketch? Can you create me one of them?
The only thing I'll say about this is men, it throws me off because, like we talked about earlier, men want women to approach them, and then you turn around and you want me to be submissive to you. What? How does this equal that? Because it doesn't make any sense to me.
That's why, I'm with you.
You want me to take the lead. You want me to take the lead, and you want me to approach you, and then you want at some point the switch to flip. And now you want me to follow what you say. I had to approach you.
Yeah.
It don't make no sense.
That's why it sounds so crazy to me. That's why, that's why I say, like, what? That's just like a woman proposing to you. I wish you would. Never.
That's why.
That's crazy.
But I thought that was like, for the longest time, I thought that was like internet stuff. I thought that was like like people were trolling. Until I realized people are really out there doing that. I didn't think that was real.
That's crazy.
I mean, it's people really out here, women proposing to their man.
But yeah, man. I think that's the main point I wanted to make. Let's change the word to fit these times, and I think it'll be more digestible. And
I don't think it's the word, Nate. These hoes just don't give a shit. You can change it to any word you want. These hoes
even
ain't willing to do nothing.
They ain't
I ain't catering to no nigga. I am the new nigga. That's what they gonna say. Listen, you can dress the word up. They ain't listen.
I'm just trying.
What their excuse is. If he lead, I will follow. Why are you choosing a man who can't lead, man? What are we talking about? Why would he be allowed in your presence if he cannot lead?
And then to be submissive, he gotta have a plan. He gotta have a goal. He gotta be working towards something. Like a female ain't gonna be submissive if, I ain't knocking nobody work at Burger King or whatever. But if he in his mid-40s, he working at Burger King. And you got a career, like what is it to submit to? You know what I'm saying? You ain't working towards nothing better for the situation. So of course she ain't gonna submit to that.
Mm-hmm. A lot of men out here think that you're supposed to submit because I'm a man.
No.
Yeah.
Just because my DNA.
That's where they come from.
And that's the problem.
Nate, what about yielding? Is that better?
I like yielding.
That means the same thing. Yielding.
Compromise to my needs, baby. Cater to me, baby. Compromise to me, baby.
These hoes won't even make a sandwich. You talking about cater?
We're gonna come up with something other than submissive.
They won't even make a sandwich for their man. Like,
I think it'll come off better though. Come on, we just striving for better. We ain't trying to fix it. We just trying to get better. Let's move in the right direction. You heard me?
If they want to get a husband that is a real leader, that provides a safe space, they will need to submit. That is what they're going to need to do. And their husband's going to need to submit to them in some cases too. That is just what it is.
Very true.
I don't know if a word in itself bothers you, you are just not submissive.
I mean, you got to put the medicine in the candy sometime. You heard me?
No, you just need to grow up. And if you want what you say you want, your words ain't gonna matter. You're gonna do what it needs to be done to get what you need to
when
get.
you was a child and your grandmother was giving you that nasty ass medicine.
We grown.
That got that damn fish or whatever nasty medicine your grandmother used to give you when you were sick as a kid. You didn't like it. She used to put it in candy or something.
I can guarantee you, naturally submissive women don't have a problem with the word submission.
You know what's crazy? I disagree with you, Didi. I know some women that's naturally submissive, but if you say the word submissive, they have a problem with it. I'm glad you said
naturally
that.
submissive. Then
they probably submitted to the wrong person.
Submissive.
They probably submitted to the wrong person at one point, and now they're mad about it. It triggers them.
For whatever reason, when they hear that word submissive, I'm not saying they just go crazy about it, but you can tell like they don't care for the word itself, even though they naturally submissive.
They didn't submit it to the wrong person for too long, and now they're mad about it.
They don't waste their time. Those probably the same women who get offended when you ask what they bring to the table.
It's a valid question.
They get offended by it. Most they just get offended. It's words. Why are you offended by words?
Words mean something, Didi. Words.
If your actions are doing what these words are saying, why would you be so offended by something that you're actually doing?
Words mean something. It wouldn't be words. Words mean something.
You might be right, because if I say you're a hoe, you done slept with 35 people, that's why you're a hoe, you mad, even though you're doing what hoes do.
You can't just go around calling people hoes, Didi.
Well, they shouldn't be doing whole shit. Once again, women cannot take accountability for certain things.
Call her a harlot.
Call them out.
No harlot.
He said, call her harlot.
Something a Jezebel.
Oh my goodness. Listen.
Words mean something.
No, they do. They do. But I promise you, if the outcome is still the same and you're offended by a word, you might want to change the fact that you're offended by that word if you're not getting the outcome that you want. That's all I'm saying. Because that word, what I'm telling you, women, is that just like y'all think that words are offensive, you being offended by certain words is a repellent from the man that you want. Just saying. Or the man you say you want anyway. Now, there's plenty of rare reason
we can agree to disagree.
It is. I'm talking about for the men that they say that they want, these single women, if they're sitting on any type of platform and they are saying that they have a problem with the word submission, though that is a repellent for some men, for most men, the men that they want.
Unfortunately, that's the times we in. These modern women don't like, from what I see.
These women
I ain't gonna say all, but it seems like the majority.
Oh, he calling out y'all modern women. You hear him?
And that's why they modernly single.
I'm
just trying to help y'all out, y'all, because they keep saying they want a thing, but they don't want to do the thing.
They don't want that. Stop. You know they don't. Stop.
It's crazy.
I don't want it. No.
Or just get rid of the word, like you say in the wedding vows. We didn't care about the obey word. Women hated that, so they got rid of it. So words didn't mean nothing. Why they were so pressed about that? If words didn't mean nothing, why they were so hard on removing that? Well, let's just remove the word, period, then. Submissive, let's just get rid of the word altogether then.
Because I want my husband to submit to me too, so I don't have a problem with the word.
Yeah.
So I just don't understand why that word would be so offensive to people. That's weird to me. But
we're yielding now, Didi. We're not submitting. We're yielding.
Submitting to my husband. Well,
you yield.
He won't submit to me. I'm making his plate. I'm cooking for him.
That's catering. You catering. You fixing the plate. You catering.
I'm doing all of that.
You catering.
And I don't mind the word submission if I get the man that I want.
Yeah.
You hear that, Nate? You hear that?
They gonna keep getting them niggas that need to stay with them. Because they don't care about nothing about no submission. They just want the income tax check.
I'm just trying to get the ones that can't stand that word. And to the fellas that's watching the podcast, hey man, you having issues with your old lady, or your woman with the submission word, we gave you some alternatives.
Fellas, in the beginning of this show, we told y'all that y'all need to set the tone. We don't give a
Yield.
shit what women think. We ain't changing.
Just try it. I mean, it don't hurt to try.
10 toes down with submit and make them hoes submit.
It don't hurt to try. Yield, cater. Try them words and then check back in with us and see how they go.
They was never submissive to begin with, y'all. I promise you.
Try it, fellas.
They wasn't. What did Debbie say? As a married woman, I do not find the word to be offensive. If you have an issue with it, I think it may be because you haven't been in a relationship that makes you want to do that and provide it as well.
I can't argue with Miss Taylor.
Ain't no way a word can offend somebody that damn much. Not when you say you want a thing. I'm just talking about it when you say you want a certain thing. And that certain thing requires you to be submissive. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how.
I mean, I feel like the majority of the women I know are Christian, and the majority of women I know want to be wives. And if you believe in Christian beliefs and the way we were created, women were created as a helpmate to a man to be a partner. So, I mean,
we
that
talking about
like
modern women. Some of these modern women ain't never been to church in their life.
They be in church.
They ain't living by these rules
every Sunday.
They're not living by these rules no more.
But these modern women want a traditional man. So how that's gonna work?
How that's gonna work?
I don't think they want no traditional man.
What?
I do.
What kind of man you think they want?
I have no clue what kind of man they want.
They want a man to provide, pay all the bills, because they ain't going 50-50.
How y'all feel about 50-50?
I stand on whoever making what and how you decide in your house. Sometimes it might be 50-50, it might be 80-20, it might be 100-0. It just depends on the season.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like it depends on whatever you got going on in your house, whatever works for your household.
These chicks want you to pay all their bills while they living in their shit and you living in your shit.
Yeah. I'm still confused on that part. I feel like, so what you gonna do with your money?
Spend it on me.
On
That's
what?
Yeah, right.
They saying they gonna spend it on themselves.
They gotta get their lashes done.
Yeah, them $600 weaves. I'm just saying.
Boy, hey, I ain't getting into that. I stay out of women business when it comes to weaves and all that. I'm staying out of women business. You put whatever headpiece on your head you want. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Toupee, whatever you put up there, I don't know nothing about none of that.
Y'all crazy.
Mm-mm.
All right, y'all. That's our last topic. This is the portion of the show where we discuss what you got coming up. If you want to promote anything, if you want to tell people how to follow you on social media, websites, anything like that, let the folks know what you got coming up and going on. What you got?
I ain't really got nothing. I'm working on a couple things. I don't have nothing, solid right now, so I ain't gonna promote nothing. And be honest with you, I don't even memorize my social media. It's just Nathaniel Johnson on Facebook. But as some of y'all might know, I just got my food worker card. So
yes.
I'm gonna be doing my catering out here in Spokane, Washington. So if y'all know somebody in the area, tell them to holler at me. I've been doing this for almost 18 years now, catering, wherever base I've been to. If you're in the military, we got a lot of military mutual friends, so they know about me and my cooking, and that's my passion. So y'all look out for Nate's Kitchen in the future. Salute. And again, I appreciate y'all having me on your podcast, man. I love what y'all doing. I be checking on y'all. Y'all be having me rolling in here. So respect y'all and appreciate y'all again.
Thank you for coming. What you got, Drena?
Just getting ready for the Gulf Coast Brunch Festival.
Yeah.
That's all we got going. Selling tickets still on sale.
When is the festival again?
November the 13th.
Okay.
Veterans Day weekend.
You
Get
said
your
when is
bottomless
it?
mimosas. November
Very-
12th, I'm sorry. November 12th, come get all your bottomless mimosas. All the ones you want to drink.
I don't want to see no liquor after this weekend.
Oh yeah, happy birthday again, Didi. It looked like you went hard. Where you was at? In Miami?
No, I was in Miami last weekend. I was
Oh.
in Charlotte this weekend.
It looked like y'all was out there. You look like you having a good time in there.
Did I? Woo.
I was like, did Didi do an outfit change? I was
Did
like,
I?
first I saw in the red, then I saw in the black. I'm like, oh, she doing it up.
Yes, I did. Went to dinner first, then I went and turned all the way up, way too much.
Looked like a good time.
It was a great time. I felt like I was back in Korea.
Oh yeah, it was a good time, dude.
Yes. Of what I can remember.
That's how it's supposed to be.
I'm finally, I'm almost hydrated again.
Just so you know, Nate, I got a couple messages of people saying your boy Nate hilarious.
Love, salute.
What you got coming up, Adrian?
Hey man, training. So I'll be doing the government training. Got a couple meetings for that this week. So the following week I'll be doing that. Actually I don't think I said it, but I'm a senior advisor at AARP for their learning division and helping them with that, bring everything together. So I'm working on that as well too, man. I just try to stay busy out here in these streets. You feel me? Keep employed.
With all these shutdowns looming and shit.
No, man. So it's it's been extended. It's only to I think November 17th.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it's real short. Like they just
It's like a 45 day.
Yeah, that's it. 45 days. So yeah, it's like mid-November is when they have to extend again if they don't come up with a whole budget. So yeah, it's crazy. It's the government leverage. I feel like since probably they started doing this, like 10, 11, I want to say, where they started leveraging, the government shutdown into putting things into bills with that they wanted to have happen. And, it's not cool, but I mean, what can you do? So
corny.
Didi, what you got?
I ain't worried about that no more.
Right.
Didi got 25 businesses. She about to promote for about 35 minutes.
I'm not. I'm promoting one thing.
Hey, I respect it. I can't even keep up. That girl be working, boy.
I am promoting one thing because it's huge. I gotta hydrate so I can get ready to turn up again Saturday. The Saturday is my high school Hall of Fame induction ceremony. So I will be inducted to the Hall of Fame for track and field. I'm excited. I got like 20 people coming, so I can't wait to them. I'll be home in Bristol for one day for the ceremony. So yeah, that's all I'm promoting today, Nate. That's it. Just my induction ceremony. So Bristol, y'all come out. I already sent. If y'all can't come to the ceremony, inbox me and I will tell you where the after party is. I can't have no weirdos popping up. Inbox me and I'll invite you to the after party where it will be in Bristol. So we're gonna have fun. Yeah.
You sure you don't want no weirdos popping up?
No, not again. No, we're not doing that again.
Again? Oh, that's a story for another pod.
It happened from the podcast. Yeah. But let me shout out our media group, Iron World Media Group. Thank you for everything y'all do. If you would like to hear the audio version of this episode, it'll be on Black with No Chaser Internet Radio, BWNC Internet Radio. Download the app. We're on Spotify and iTunes as well, audio version. And of course, YouTube. Subscribe to the channel, like the channel, turn on your notification bells, leave a comment, and share with your friends. Let everybody know about the Breaking Bears podcast. We appreciate everybody in the comments. Thank you, Danica. Good night, boo. And we will see y'all next week. We are out.